There's been some difficulty, I think, trying to express the emotions and the emotional roller coaster that this community has just had just over the past couple of days. In between the celebrations of the last chapel for this academic year and the International Student Luncheon celebrating to their graduates, someone took it upon themselves to write very racist and dehumanizing words in our refectory, on our refectory windows. The words white power were written with the word black crossed out. I can't tell you how I personally felt. Many students who actually saw this were shocked and dismayed and confused and saddened. I'm very grateful to the administration here at LSTC because our president, James Neiman, processed this and then sent out a letter to out the wider LSTC community and all of our friends. Our McCormick sisters and brothers were also made aware of this, and they too were angered. And so on Friday, a day of Sabbath rest, we gathered in the president's dining room. We heard President Neiman's letter, and we just had a discussion. I don't know where this is going to go. What I do know is that within 24 hours or even minutes of me posting the pictures of what had been written, I have felt love from every corner, not only of this church, but just people of faith in general. It's a little disheartening at the end of my seminary career that I'm faced with this. But as a woman of color, I realize I'm faced with racism all the time, just because of the color of my skin. LSTC is dedicated to eradicating any form of racism that affects our faculty, our students, and our staff, as well as any of our partners in the wider community. This is what we stand on. As one of our LSTC staffers stated, not in our house, not here. It shouldn't be ever. But the reality is, in this LSTC bubble, we're here for 4 or 5 or 7 years, and then we have to go out and realize that the world is very ugly. Well, that ugliness started to seep in, and I hate to say this, but the ugliness was seeping in here many, many years ago. But now, we have an opportunity as a people of faith to theologically and practically eradicate racism here. And as an alum and a future ordained leader in this Senate here in Chicagoland, I am up for that challenge. I hope you continue to keep us in your prayers and your thoughts. One of my classmates asked me, what could she do as an ally? Well, I think Dr. Thomas said it best. When we hear racism, when we hear people spouting racist stereotypes, whether it's about black or brown or red bodies, whether it's about people who are Roma, people who are disabled, people who are LGBTQ, it doesn't matter. We have to call them on the carpet. We have to tell them in love that this is not how the Creator wanted us to be. I've read something from the Quran, actually, that says, if we are all dust and will return to dust, then what difference are we? How can any one of us in creation be any different or be put on a higher pedestal than the others? I'm paraphrasing that here, but it makes a lot of sense. The Creator God said for us to love one another as we would love ourselves. And writing words like that is not loving yourself. It's hating yourself. We are all sisters and brothers connected by the Creator. I'm out here remembering my baptism. And I'm out here realizing that the world is not as ugly as it can be because of who we are and what we are dedicated to. Not in our house. Not at LSTC, not at McCormick, not at CTS, not in our church, not in our community, and not throughout the global world. God's peace.